Hey guys, Jarrell here, and I am back with reactions to our new show of Travellers. We're on to episode 5. Episode 4 was actually quite strange, something I wasn't expecting in the series, not maybe so soon anyway, and the fact that we had our team have to help out a more established team of travellers who had been compromised and had half of their team lost to a kind of a sting operation that went wrong with a bunch of Russians. However, their team leader was a pretty ruthless guy who decided that he was just pretty much ignoring all the rules that they seem to have set out for them here. He was kind of sticking to the protocols that are in place, but going about it a very twisted way and eliminating anyone who got in his way. He then wanted to start to take over our team because they had been instructed to get involved by the director. However, MacLaren in the end realised that this was not going to be the way to go, and he had the guy caught by the FBI, which obviously he can do, and I'm hoping we can move on from this and that guy has now gone to prison, including his partner, who was the only other one who was left. So let's just get straight on with things. This is episode 5.
I wonder how many misfires there have been since we started this.
The first wave was upwards of 30%.
Wow, nobody told me that.
Really?
Yeah, me neither. I mean, if you think about it, what other choice?
I actually saw that coming. I could see it.
Trevor.
Why are you chained up?
I'm over here.
You've been frigging kidnapped.
It's been a couple of hours at least. My mouth is dry. No eyes or ears unless that I can see. That's good. There's a chance to find us before the mission.
Well, you'd better hurry up.
Well, hello, sir. Didn't catch your name on the way in. I was unconscious. I'm Trevor.
Where are you taking him? Hey, asshole! I said, where are you taking him? This is the worst hospital in the world. I've been abducted.
I've only met one of our captors.
He came and wheeled Philip out of here a while ago. Never said a word, that's all we know.
You know they intend to keep us alive for a while at least. They've got us on IVs.
Just some like abandoned building or something. What now?
What am I supposed to answer? No, I've never seen him before. He's the father of my child, and he's a police officer. So if I were you people, I'd...
Oh, that's not good. That should say where, not when. They know.
I don't understand the question.
Is it hers or not? I don't know.
Don't you hurt him! Don't you dare hurt him! Whoever you are, whenever you are, and I will kill you.
David Mailer, sir.
Thanks, Beth.
Hi, David Mailer. So, FBI headquarters, huh?
It's a field office. How did you...
But the address was on the card that you gave me. Well, I kind of know that she works with you, so...
Well, obviously, I could neither confirm nor deny that.
Marcy didn't come home last night. Not home. She's staying with me platonically, but I was expecting her for dinner.
When did you last see her?
Yesterday morning when she left.
Marcy, it's MacLaren.
They've removed their implants.
Carly?
Their comms.
Trevor, Philip. Shit.
Yeah.
Philip.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was alone.
I'm really gonna take it personally if you don't pick me next time.
Withdraw.
I haven't been able to go more than 18 hours between doses since we got here. And I can pretty much tell you without looking at a clock. We're coming up on that number.
Flag off these same 4 people.
Well, now there's no sign of any of them. One of them might be missing. Just do it, please.
I'll put it in the request, but even a priority facial recognition search isn't likely to turn up anything.
Let's try to be a little more positive, shall we?
There's an old-style television in an open space, like a warehouse.
In this building?
Must be. And then they ask questions. Just words on the television. When are you from?
Shit.
No. Shh.
They know.
Shh.
There's nothing to know.
No, stop, that's too much. No, stop, you'll overdose. Stop!
It's okay. It's what I needed.
That amount of heroin will slow your respiration rate and your heart rate down to dangerous levels. Philip, you need to stay with us, okay?
Tell us about your parents. Where do they live?
Yeah, you never talk about them. What's your mother's name?
2144.
Stay in the here and now, Philip.
Remember the taste of the water? Recycled so many times it can never be made pure again?
Shut up.
Would only work on someone who's been modified to be an historian.
What is it?
Ah! Someone who's been
Memory.
modified.
Pouring in like a flood. Like the Helios tidal wave. Do you remember the taste of metal in the air? Stink of 20,000 souls crammed into a shelter designed for half that number.
Don't talk about the past.
You mean the future? The exact moment Dome and Shelter 41 collapsed, it was exactly at 0600. Almost like cause and effect.
No battle plan survives contact.
Plans are useless.
Your planning is indispensable. Franklin. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin. But to thrive.
And to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Maya Angelou.
This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world.
What about 911 records?
That's confirmed it.
Nothing. I've also tried virtually every emergency room in the Pacific Northwest. You sure you don't want me to call Agent Forbes?
No,
They've
he's got
vanished.
enough on his plate.
Well, it's just that he's asked me to keep him updated on everything.
I said I was sure, Beth. How many fucking times do you need me to say it?
Come on! Yeah! Finally! I've really been looking forward to this, Mr.
This guy
Jack.
ain't
Thank
scared
you
at all.
so much.
Well, what's this about?
It's about you showing me the van and not asking any more goddamn questions.
Oh, okay. There she is. Total write-off.
That's their car.
Do you know if any of the occupants were badly hurt?
Well, we don't get reports on the incident. The airbags went off, I can tell you that.
Whoa, a question on the TV. I love it. It's like that show my mom watches after supper. You know, most people would ask, where are you from? But hey, I don't want to offend anybody if English is a second language. Maybe it's a typo, huh? What a coincidence. I was going to ask you the same thing since you're the ones who brought me here, but hey, like my humanities teacher, Mr. Wachowski says, why are we all here, right?
You'll get bugger all.
Yes. Back when I was starting quarterback, our mission was to win the division, obviously. You look like you played some ball in your day, Mr. Giant. But then again, deaf, mute like yourself wouldn't be able to hear the quarterback call plays, would he?
I thought I made it very clear last time that you were not to communicate.
Yeah, well, fuck Protocol 6. My team is missing.
Gone.
For how long?
Since yesterday morning, apparently. I just found out about it a while ago.
The FBI has far more resources than I do.
I'm running a facial recognition search through the NSA.
Which could take forever if it works at all.
I know, but what else can I do? They've all been previously red flagged by the previous me. I found their vehicle in a salvage yard. It had been T-boned by a Vanderbilt or some damn thing.
Trail ends there, I'm guessing. I've seen entire teams I was supposed to work on a mission with just disappear into thin air. You know as well as I do, the future has the ultimate power over us. If the director doesn't like the way we perform, a decision we make.
Why them?
What about all those people?
I was hoping the director would send you a replacement team, but...
Maybe they're still away.
No, forget it. The mission's canceled. The director will have an alternative. We have to trust that.
That's your plan? seems to have exhausted every lead. What's this? Oh, they're showing you. Oh no, he's there.
He's alive.
He's cold, dead for hours.
I gotta get him out of here.
Look for a key. Check his pockets.
I'm here.
You're late.
Don't happen again.
I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? How many days?
3.
Wait, what about the mission?
No, it's canceled.
It's too late.
No way.
What if that's what this was about?
Oh. Right. First of all, wasn't expecting it to end right there. That was very unusual, but gave us quite a lot of information and at the same time confused the hell out of me. Right, okay. There was no way he was going to locate them. They were gone. He exhausted every avenue he could possibly do, and he had the resources of the FBI to use, and he couldn't find them. When that flagged up on the system and gave him a secure IP address and the actual street address as to where they are, I was trying to work out, has that come from some external source? Has that come from the person who has done this? It has to have come from the person who has done this. It doesn't make any sense for it to have come from anywhere else. But I heard Carly just saying at the end there, now, what if this was about the mission itself that we were supposed to do to prevent us from doing this mission, and all this was just a farce because they've let you live? And all those drips and everything that they put you on is because they knew they were going to keep you there for 3 days to make sure that you didn't accomplish this mission. There's something far more integral and complex and complicated going on here. We just don't know what it is yet. However, what we did get in that episode is because Philip was in a state of withdrawal, and then they kind of overdosed him, not to the point of killing him, but give him, I don't know whether it was a cocktail of drugs they gave him or just what he needed of heroin. He started talking about the future, and he mentioned 2141, I think it was. So I'm surmising that is around the time period of where they're from, not necessarily specifically that year. He may be talking in the past from his point of view from a few years, I don't know, and talking about a shelter 41 that collapsed. He's mentioned that the air tastes of metal, and he's mentioned that the water's been recycled so many times it no longer tastes of water. So we're starting to get a few details as to just how bad their future really is. What was very, very clever was Trevor in that, the young lad, was at no point did he lose control. He was in control of that situation from the moment he woke up in there, because of his experience in his age, through obviously whatever he's gone through in his lifetime, because we know how old he actually is. And he said it himself, I've got right where I want him. I'm not going to let him get to me. And it's so weird watching someone who looks about 18 on screen to act and address the situation that way. What I did not pick up on was what he picked up on straight away, and that is the guy who was holding them there, who was in charge of separating them off into rooms as and when, was deaf and dumb. Which is why it wasn't he was being ignorant, wasn't responding every time he was shouting, "Hey, me next!" I never caught up on that. Wonder why you would use someone like that. Also, what was with the big ass old TVs? Is that something to do with, did that have some sort of significance? I don't know. Maybe, but we have no way of knowing right now. David has now met MacLaren, and obviously MacLaren doesn't remember him because it was pre-Traveller. So, and it was a little bit of an amusing moment when he said, "Ah, so she has told you about me. You know I've got a bike." And the little comment about, "No, your pant legs rolled up. That's why I know you've got a bike. I'm not an idiot." So they've gone through all of that. I pretty much knew they hadn't shot Philip, which is why the next scene I just didn't say anything. I was waiting to see what had happened to Marcy. I think that was to set in motion. They obviously know, whoever it is, they seem to know an awful lot of information about them because of what they've got, what was already on the screen, to invoke possibly a seizure and to make her talk, because they brought her back in the room, or he brought her back in the room after the seizure and she was perfectly okay. And I still think they were monitoring what they were saying in the room together more than what they were monitoring them separately, because that's how you do it. If you're going to try and get information out of people, separating them off may not get you the solution that you want, the answers that you want, but once you get them back in a room together and they feel a little bit more comfortable that they're around people that are familiar with and they trust, they might allow a few words out, thinking that while the big bad man's not watching, they can say something, even though they are. That was an unusual episode, and I'm sure because they focused the entire episode there just on them being imprisoned and the fact that it stopped yet another mission taking place from, it was obviously going to be a large scale mission, because at the beginning we were introduced to more people who just arrived here, so that it was going to be like a 7 or 8 man team that obviously had gone and gotten a helicopter, which we saw towards the end there when he was telling her, look, the mission's off because all my team is missing. And it was very, very sad what had happened, because they said that it was what do they call it, a misfire, and the young girl's entire family just flicked a switch and changed on her, and she had no clue what was going on. That was awful. And now they've got to go back and try and learn to integrate with that daughter. Now the rest of them are all travellers, and the daughter's still who she was. That's going to be incredibly tough. I don't know whether we'll see them again or not. Possibly not. And this other woman that he keeps going to from another team for help is of no bloody help whatsoever. However, at least when he just did call that in then, she did come to help him when she said, if you find them, I will at least help then. But when he goes to her for any information, she just doesn't want to tell him anything. It doesn't seem to make sense that she was trying to give him the information of sometimes the director may direct one team to eliminate another team and you may not know about it. That's what should have happened with that other team that we had in the previous episode, because of the way they were going about their business and trying to accomplish their missions in the way in which they were doing them. So I don't see it's to do with that. It must be to do with what mission this was supposed to be. I guess we'll have to wait till the next episode to find out what that mission was supposed to be about, because it's ended the episode right where they found him and we've got no discussion after the fact. So I think that will do for now, guys. Right, that was episode 5. I'll be back for episode 6 in a few days' time, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Please post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. This series is expanding quite quickly, and I'm really starting to get to like pretty much all of the characters. I think they've got a lot of depth to them, and it seems to be introducing more of backstory to their future and the characters as each episode goes along. It's not just mission of the week every time, because as again with that one there was no mission. It was more in-depth storyline of their future and what's going on with them. Right, see you for the next episode very soon, guys. Don't forget to turn your notifications on, hit the like, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you will know when the next episode of Travellers is available on the channel, and I will see you for that one in a few days' time. Till then, take care, guys.